All right, welcome back, everyone. So, we always have a lot of conversations during training sessions, outside of training sessions, whatever it is, about random stuff too, right? But it all usually deals with something that you're doing with training, something you're doing to get better at fighting or improve yourself, right? Or take care of your body more. So, what we thought of is just literally putting up the camera. This is not planned. And just having some more conversations that we normally have and just recording it, because again, it's not saying that we have a lot of good conversations or opinions, but it's just sharing some of this with other athletes. I think because you can probably relate to a lot of this, or you can find different ways to help your performance, right? So what we're gonna do, I don't know, we're joking around a little bit and you're like, oh, we should call this Yin and Yancy, right? Because it really is balancing each other out, I think. You know, we do a pretty good job with that. But it's also blending our perspectives, right? And kind of making it work together to help you as an athlete, right? So, I mean, do you have any thoughts about that? And we're not trying to get controversial or anything like that. Yin and Yancy, we haven't thought too much in depth about this.
That's just me saying
yes,
random stuff over here. Every time we're training, Andrew's, one thing I always admire about Andrew is he's always proper, he's very respectful, and he's professional in his field. And for me, I like to be the one-off in those fields where I can just like, bro, this guy, if there was the military unit, right, and there's I'm the commander that's wearing slippers and not with his hair, right, like there's that one-off in the group. Like I feel like I'm always that person in the groups of like, I guess just a little bit of a different shade, right? Or a little bit of a different spice to the whole meal. Of
that things, is genuinely you, right? Like,
there's a lot of things where it's always truthful, and I feel like me being able to travel the world, like, and I'm at home now, I can understand boundaries and I know what's allowed or what isn't. And then if it isn't, like, people are gonna tell me, and then we can have this respect and an understanding about it. So I'm always trying to crack jokes when we're in here and I'm training with Andrew,
There's a lot of jokes.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes. And it's all said sometimes, and I'm like, hey, it's just me. And I feel like there's a lot of people can, I guess, listen and learn and just laugh at. And just, I think those are very things that we're having these talks, because it's all very stimulating for me and you when you see your clients, when I'm doing my training or living my life outside of this.
So what you can expect, hopefully we're gonna keep doing this, we'll have a bunch of topics. Maybe for those of you watching out there, if you have questions or things that you want us to talk about or share our perspectives or opinions, we'll be more than happy to do that.
Yeah, get raw, ask them some gritty questions, because I like truth.
Like the truth. But the bottom line is that I think what's interesting about this is you coming from you're currently a professional athlete, still competing, right? I'm coming from the side where, yes, I've been around athletics my whole life, but trying to share that insight as to what's going to be the best or most beneficial for you, not only now to perform, but also in the long term, where I know a lot of times the athletes, right, it's what is right in front of me, how do I make the most of it or get the best performance right now, right? And this is where I think my perspectives blend a little bit, because I'm sharing insight, not only looking at your well-being and performance right now, but also in the long term, right, after you're done with your career. So it's going to be interesting, because you'll hear from an athletics perspective or athlete perspective a lot of insights that probably a lot of athletes think about, right? And you'll also hear from the professional aspect some of the insights that we're trying to get you to see, or perspectives that we're trying to share. And
broaden the horizon.
And we're gonna blend that and integrate it into one perspective. And this is usually how it ends up. Both of us are doing something that we feel good about for your performance, right? So I think that's the conversation that you can look forward to. And again, it will be anything that we think of for that segment, that day, or whatever you guys ask as well.
Yeah, it could be random as hell too. I try and put it around health and fitness and being functional.
Awesome. So stay tuned for more. Listening to a lot of these segments. If you relate to it, give us some feedback, interact with us. on social media or wherever this goes up. I don't even know where it's gonna go.
I will reply.
Yancy will reply. He has some funny responses to a lot of things. So stay tuned for all of that.